Welcome, everyone, to Chrissy's Trading Desk. On today's episode, I wanted to talk about the Paul Tudor Jones documentary. It was sent to me by a very dear fellow commenter that left a awesome piece of information in a comment linking to this video. So I figured, let me watch it and kind of comment over it, but I'm not going to go through the whole thing on regular speed. I'm going to make it on 1.5 potentially. And I'm going to try to hone in on the really key moments for me as a new trader, understanding what I should know about the markets and stuff like this, and just the whole experience and emotional roller coaster of trading. And it seems like this video keeps getting taken down for some reason. I don't know why. It sounds like maybe the gentleman doesn't want his information out there, like his trading strategy or something, but I don't think you can really get that from this. If anything, it's just like a lesson learned type of thing, but I don't want to get busted for a copyright, so I'm going to really try to make this completely commentary and fair use in nature. But before I do that, I wanted to show my recent um, P&L, but it's not as good as it looks because I technically have trades that I've hold on to and they're in the red. So, and it's not like much money, but I think it's like $10, I think. But it's all still down because this stuff was evening me out basically. But otherwise, if I wouldn't have made all these trades, I made a mistake purchasing large stocks at first. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I'd be able to like buy one and then sell it. I don't even know what I was thinking. And once I realized that you really need to be spending tons of money to actually execute that and make a lot of money back, otherwise, it's something that you should hold on to more than likely. And some of them I am just going to hold on to. They are decent stocks. They will probably go up in the future. But all of my actual day trades where I either traded that day or some of this now is the next day, I'm realizing that I can have a trade on one day that doesn't look too good, but I'm seeing that there's spikes at certain times in the morning, so I can just sell it in the morning. And that's what I did with the one that I think I made 250 on. I can't remember the company on there, but I'm also going to be doing that again tomorrow because I bought this a little bit towards the end of the day, and I see it spiking tomorrow morning at opening, so I'm going to make sure I have my price set for that spike. But this is where I'm going right now. I've been doing very small trades, like getting in and getting out. Obviously, not making a ton of money, but I'm okay with the amount of money that I'm making now. I'm just trying to test it out. I know that there are so many other different ways to trade. I know there's also options trading and futures, but for now I'm going to stick with this kind of simple formula that I'm using until I get better. So let's get into this reaction.
Wall Street get tizzy, and they will create headlines that will dwarf anything that's happened at this point in time. 3,000 is happening. Yeah.
This always makes me laugh because I try to stop and think about the reality of potentially attempting to trade this way, like screaming things over a phone, or even what they would do on the New York Stock Exchange, like in the pits, and like what was it, the Chicago pit? I saw them doing it. It looks insane. And there's a moment to where like I can't even wrap my head around how any of this is even working. Like, especially if there was no internet and there was no like ledgers electronically to keep track of it all. I just have no idea how this works. So even watching this seems insane to me. This is insane. Like, I don't know how anybody. I would have a heart attack. I would have a heart attack. I'm sure people probably did.
When you raise 10 cents to make $8, I'd like to, that's not a bad trade. Right? Yeah. For all this knowledge and everything. It puts it together into one incredible life. If I make the market I want to make, I'll stop. I'll retire, hopefully, a champion.
I think he's still trading. So I don't think he has stopped. I don't know. Correct me in the comments. I'm new to this. I'm not trying to act like I am a pro. This is me from an amateur perspective, trying to understand the world of trading in general.
In the world. The most, I always think of, if life ever ceased to be an educational experience, I probably would get a bit.
I agree with that. I love the fact that you can keep learning new things every day. I love going down rabbit holes.
One of the most elegant hotels.
You know how there's a way to check?
As firms go, Tudor is small. It has only 22 employees and manages $125 million, which isn't so much on Wall Street.
Wow. I mean, that's a lot of money.
4 tankers on the open. You got nothing else on OPEC? No. I got you.
Look at the way his leg is shaking.
Betting that the agreement won't hold, Paul is selling oil futures as fast as he can, hoping that the other traders won't see what he's up to.
And isn't that kind of, basically what's going on now? Isn't oil going crazy or whatever? Isn't this a repeat in cycles? And speed is everything. I can tell with just me clicking the buy and sell or what have you. Because if you are going in on a trade and you haven't been tracking it, like I don't track all the trades overnight or anything like this. I go in the morning, run my scans, and then decide through my different strategy that I'm using when I should get in on it, right? Like I don't have it to where I know exactly where I'll buy in on every time. Have there been places where I do feel like I could set it and then set the buy, set the sell? I've done that a time or two, I believe. So like I know that you can do this and people do this all the time. But for me, I need to kind of master that. Right now, it's me getting in and then I'm setting the sell. So I'm making sure that that's set. But even one little thing going wrong when you're attempting to hit buy matters. My cat jumped on my keyboard one time right in the middle of me doing that. So I almost lost the whole thing that was going on. It was crazy. Look, that he's going crazy. He's like, just offer them anything. It's so like impassioned. And that's the addicting part, I think, of all this. People become addicted to it because of the dopamine rush. Like all of this, his brain is like getting drugs. Wow.
A lot of money that the market is about to go up, but nothing is happening. If he's bet wrong, he's in trouble.
The market goes down so much more fast.
Well, I mean, I think that's how all that stuff works, right? Like if it doesn't go the way you plan, then you're kind of screwed.
Continues to build energy, and every time you see these incredibly sharp downturns, all that's doing is, or to me, all that is a signal of the fact that people are absolutely skeptical, negative, and to a certain extent frightened through here, and yet the market won't break. It is screaming to me that it wants to go higher.
At times like this, what gives these two confidence is a theory that says the stock market moves in cycles, in patterns.
Yes, I definitely believe that. I think the universe moves in cycles, in patterns, and that's why one of the reasons got initially extremely interested in trading. I've always kind of thought about doing it here and there. People have mentioned it, but when I started learning about like the different cycles of the universe and the different shapes and geometric patterns that create our reality, very interested in things like the Fibonacci sequence, and it fascinated me to think that we could use something like the Fibonacci sequence to track the stock markets and earn money.
Paul and Peter subscribe to the Elliott wave theory, which says to them that what happened 49 years ago, in the late 1920s, is happening again now.
There could be a comparison to what's happening now to a certain degree, I guess. It's like these mini crashes that mimic these same patterns and behaviors.
If the market is a reflection of people's behavior and people behave similarly in similar circumstances, then history of market prices may give us an indication of what may happen in the near future. But the last great bull market really was the 1920s, and we look back.
I think that it's going to keep patterning the same exact way.
Did a statistical analysis on the 1920s through today, punching in literally thousands of Dow high, low, and closes to run correlations.
Because like we're low now. We're low now.
Between what happened in 1925 to 1928 to rock and roll. The market should continue to rally into the first quarter of 1988. A rough projection would be somewhere around 3,200 on the Dow. And then March, April of 1988, there's weakness. And at some point shortly thereafter, and if you're going to hold me to a date, let's say the end of March 1988, the market then drops sharply.
Could this be a prediction that the end of this month, the market's going to drop even more sharply? I don't know. Or has that been what's happening?
And retraces, 50% of this bull move from 770 to 3,200 in a matter of a couple of months.
So could that happen here? So future prediction, could we hit more of a lower low or what have you, and then be taking off to the moon?
I advise a share of stock when the Dow's at 3,000 or whatever number it is. He's buying it because in fact he thinks it's going to 6,000 because it's been reinforced in his mind over the past however number of months, years, or decades that the stocks can't go down. In one sentence, buy low and sell high. That means buying now, riding it out till the market goes to about 31, 3,200. Don't wait for top tick. That's night.
At this hour, most of the players are Japanese, Chinese, and Australian.
What kind of size can you give me right now? Can you give me 1,100? Yeah.
So they're trading like all different hours of the day. I'm not doing things of this nature. I have been only doing it during certain time frames when I have the time, when I can set it and forget it and feel good about something. I'm not just in here like 1,000 on that, 3,000 on this, 4,000, like what he's doing. I'm not behaving like that. I'm assuming when you get to that level of prowess, trading prowess, you can behave that way and get your game on and be throwing numbers and figures out there. But I did watch a little bit of this before, so I know that he's going to have a little bit of a hurt.
And they've seen the direction of trading. I'm sure the thrill is just as great.
Yeah, see the thrill.
There'll be times, though, when I get so incredibly excited about a trade or even a project that I'll wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. There's no way in hell I'm going back to sleep.
I think that that's another thing that I've noticed in just listening to all the traders in the community is that a lot of people get so addicted to it that they're waking up at these insane hours to get online and look at markets and charts.
I'm my dreams for 4 hours.
I mean, it would be cool to actually trade in your dreams, but I'm somebody who does believe in simulation theory. I am a conspiracy theorist at heart. So I do think that you can trade in your dreams, but you would need to trade in your dreams in a very specific manner, I feel, because the dreams are a training ground where you can practice something like a trade and not take a huge hit on it. You would be able to take the trade, and in that reality, in that dream reality, you'd be able to experience the win or the loss or know how to execute it better, etc., etc. It's your mind running simulations of how to potentially do something quote unquote better in the future. So if you could actually go into your dreams, and this is why I do also have those meditations, and purposely lucid dream with trading in mind. So could you teach yourself how to lucid dream, and then in the lucid dream, while you're lucid, take trades and know that it's a lucid dream, and in the lucid dream be fine with the trades that you're taking, and the next day be able to execute the trades and earn the money or what have you. Like, it's that level of mental training and visualization. It's taking visualization to the next level. There was also a gentleman who was named Burt Goldman in that type of spirituality community that would lucid dream, or he would go into deep transcendental states, or go and convene with people in his mind in the ethers with these maybe potentially, and not, I don't think he did it, but what would be the version of maybe going and speaking to other traders, getting information from them, learning skills in these other alternate realities, and then bringing those skills back to this reality and then using them in the real world. I know that's an extremely trippy situation here that I'm talking about, but I needed to bring that up with the fact that he's talking about having trading in his dreams.
December 3rd, 1986. The market is about to close. Paul is on the phone from Chicago, and Peter is at the helm.
Yes.
I was like 2.
Today there was so much buying after the close that the tape was 9 minutes late, and that was a 130 million share day. I believe that today will be record volume, which matches perfectly with the analog. 30, 40 points away from their position. We were sitting there at new highs, and everybody was just looking and see what was going on with the S&Ps. And we just sit there, and everybody was just nervous. There were no bids and no offers. I mean, literally for 20, 30 seconds. What do you think?
I don't want to play too much in a row.
Bullish on stocks. And the thing is, everyone's going to be watching bonds and euros, and that's going to be the trap. And I'm just thinking that this
Quickly as possible before the price goes up.
go down now.
It's a lot of him like arguing and getting trades, and I'm sorry to the people that are like truly deeply understand every little component of this and you feel like I'm skipping through. I will leave the link. You can check this out if you want to like totally watch through it. I don't want to get
To sell some contracts. But 10 minutes later, it is slightly down.
These 10 shoes, the future of this country.
so he's down right now, it sounds like. And is he like stressed out? Is he gonna go run his stress out or something?
The max. And then I put this up.
I don't know if I saw this part or remember. I think I fell asleep to it. So I heard some of it but didn't register. He's
The business seems to
he's
attract
nervous.
people often very driven by greed.
You get like an adrenaline rush, and that is too. That's what the whole thing is too, where it is an industry that I can see that is attracted by greed, because you can assume that you could, but that becomes like gambling if you just want to take a huge amount of money and put it on a trade and think that you're going to get it. You could, and you could get like $1 million or something off of a trade or whatever. That's how I think maybe some of these kids get their Lambos and things of this nature. Maybe they make these insane trades that are not realistic and they get lucky. And if they live beyond their means and don't use the money wisely, and they can't do that trade over and over again, it was like a fluky thing that you got on like a lucky streak, and you can't produce it over and over again, what good is trading then? It seems like the more you learn to understand the loss that you're able to have, that's what he was saying in here, and that's what it seems to be the underlying theme of everything that I keep hearing everybody saying. The slow trader wins.
I'm 32 years old right now, and I've been trading, let's say, since I was about 23. I've been physically on a trading floor for about 7 years.
That's wild.
And
Shout out to this gentleman. I hope this gentleman retired.
realistically, I'm guessing another 5-6 years. Most people.
But it's addicting. I wonder if he's still in it. Like, he doesn't look that old. And the gentleman, Paul Tudor's still out here doing his damn thing. And he looked to be about the same age.
I don't know many, even physically, demanding job with a voice. You can hear my voice, and they're being pushed around, they're being spit on.
I wouldn't be able to. This is what the modern world has done for us. We don't have to deal with that. We have this way that we can cleanly make these trades on the intranets now. As long as you have a great internet connection and you have a good service set up and you have your funds, you can make clean trades without this chaotic environment. This is insane. I would be like, I don't know what to do.
Is not too long. As I said before, people that would last 10 years, I think, have done an admirable job in terms of swimming. Where do we put this, Fallon? Should we put this
11:10 a.m. The market's been open an hour and 40 minutes, and still nothing has happened.
90% of their time on that, rather than 90% of their time on pie in the sky ideas about success prize.
12:20 p.m. The market has suddenly turned sharply down.
What's he say? 90 offer. Do it! Move it! More behind it!
What is happening? Is this like the ticker?
Go ball. Time to offer it right now. Jam everybody.
You can feel the tension in the air.
What do you got? 5, 6, 6, 7 now. If it goes 5 sellers, sell unit. Okay.
It's just painful to give, when you got a good profit, it's really painful to give stuff back.
They cost me a lot today, and they're going to pay me 100% interest for this. They're going to pay 100%. To give? Well, I did too. So, the hell with it. It's part of the business.
They didn't say how much he lost.
We're supposed to be hope for an upturn, but then it drops again.
Go, Tony. That's just total devastation. You know, the agony and the accident.
4:10 p.m. The stock market is closed.
You're on the wrong side of the market. What can you say? Just total devastation. We got a game plan, and yeah, we lost the battle. We haven't lost the war by any stretch of the imagination. Look, we just fumbled. We're down 17-0. It's only the first half, and we can score 3 touchdowns in the third quarter and take the game easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still up for the month.
I thought I heard that they lost at like 3 million at some point.
Across the board in these commodities, and with the most beautiful smile on his face, the most incredibly elegant poise, and stylish composure, and just had a wonderful little chat with him for about 45 minutes to an hour, and I just was overwhelmed that anybody could be that strong. This is one of the few turkeys.
Look at the turkey. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's adorable.
If you get in the car, he's gonna fly in the car. I don't know what he thinks. He's a dog, Joe.
I want a turkey. I almost considered buying a turkey once. They're cool. I feel like I skipped something and I apologize. I think it was people just talking about losing large sums of money, knowing how to deal with losing large sums of money. I was listening to this one young lady, and I can't remember her name, but she was saying that she will visualize her losses as well. It's fair enough to visualize that because then you're regulating your nervous system for the loss when you see it. So when you experience it in real life, it will be like doing the same thing in the visualization because your brain doesn't understand the difference between something that's visualized and the real thing. They have studies out on this that prove this, that will show you that people that practice and visualize making free shots, things of this nature, as opposed to somebody that does not visualize or practice at all, they have way better outcomes. And there's been times where even people exercise, like they visualize that they're exercising and that part of their muscle might become a little bit stronger. I'm not saying that you can't take that you're not supposed to take physical action with that, but I'm just saying it's the precedence to the experience or event that's going to transpire. So what you're doing is putting your mind and body through the motions, so then when it occurs, it's like second nature and you're not going into a spiral or, either which way, good or bad. Because even if you hit for a lot of money, you don't want to go crazy and be like nuts and do anything rash.
Years ago.
At the University of Virginia, Paul majored in economics. He became the campus welterweight boxing champion. Was elected
Oh, wow.
to his fraternity. After this section in Brooklyn, he is pledged to pay the college tuition for every one of them who graduates from high school.
Oh, that's so cool.
Those kids.
I think philanthropy is really important. I think when you're doing your trading journey, I don't know if everybody says this, but I feel like there's been other people that have kind of touched upon it. But this is probably stronger in the spirituality community, but in my mind, what you're doing is priming your reticular activating system to plan out for these things that you want to experience and that you want to see in the projection of life. So if I want to cut a nice big check to the animal shelter, like the local animal shelter one day, if I figure out how to trade and get exorbitant amounts of money very easily and frequently, and you can kind of parcel out where that money will be going. I think adding your money to a cause that is towards volunteer work or your favorite charity or what have you, I think that's really important to kind of give back to keep the money in circulation. And that's wonderful that he's doing that.
Being here opportunity in business that I have been in a position to reap enormous financial benefits. Obviously, that's given me an enormous amount of power to do things that a lot of people can't do and affect people's lives. And it seems to me that incumbent with being a human being on this earth, that there is, and there has to be, some type of awareness of the rest of the people out there.
Yes, I love this.
They need help just like I needed help
I
20
love
years
this
ago.
so
When I first
much.
didn't have a clue as to what I wanted to do. And so all I'm doing
Yeah,
is paying
this is
back the payment
amazing.
that I'm making as one that everyone
This
owes,
is
each
exactly
one
what I
has
was
a
talking
responsibility
about.
or own up responsibility and own the obligation.
Yeah, being very kind and charitable to a degree. I'm not saying to give all your money away.
Base market has closed, up 54 points at all-time high.
This guy's sideburns are chopped off, and that's really hilarious. Like, his are not as bad chopped off, but the other guy's, his hair is so thick, and they're just clean chopped off the side.
It was over $5 million. Conservatively speaking.
It absolutely drills us to death because that's where it was.
2 months have passed since we saw Paul's fund take that $6 million loss.
Oh, it was $6 million? I don't know where I got the 3.
Things up 1,000 points since we bought it. What's the point? What's the big deal of lightning up 5-10%?
Ensuing week, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, obviously it's a script that has a great deal of weight behind it, and the market's corroborating it. So today's gratifying, but what's exciting is the fact that we probably will know what's going to happen tomorrow, and conceivably we know what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks and months and years. And so you go home and sleep better when there's no uncertainty. And that's why today's good, not because of the money we made, but because of the fact we know where we are in the total economic landscape, or at least we think we do. And that maybe that's an illusion, maybe it's a false sense of security, but it allows you to sleep at night because.
So it seems like to me here he's saying that he feels like he has some sort of grasp or understanding on the market and the waves and the patterns and how ups and downs will come and how to maneuver through losses. And I mean, this man is still up and running, like I said, I'm pretty sure. And look at this. He's right here 4 years ago inside the world of a billionaire. He understood it. He knows how to earn money. He can see the patterns, and he clearly knows something that lots of people don't.
We've done our work, and so far the market's corroborated.
I'm still in awe of the fact that the way he purchased these contracts. He went out there, he made a commitment.
Make money when the market is going down as well as going up. And right now, Tudor Investments is preparing for a market collapse in 1988. If his timing is right, Paul's firm will survive, even get richer. But what's the lesson for the rest of us?
First of all, you're talking about certainly 6 to 8 years of pain. It's a horrible thought. It's not one that I hope happens. And I hope I lose my ass, and I hope the Dow Jones goes to 5,000 and sticks, but that's not what I think's going to happen.
Now, I don't know, what happened with all that. I don't want to play the rest of that. Like, I don't know if what he was just predicting there at the end came true or not. But this was an extremely interesting documentary. I thought that he was very charismatic, and he really went out there and took the risks when he felt like he needed to. And the man is still up and running. That's why I thought that they were trying to prevent this all from coming out. But who knows? Maybe he just didn't like the quality or something, and maybe he doesn't want being played out there in long form if he's not getting paid for it potentially too. Not sure. I think it was a really good insight into what type of emotions people go through, what type of different stages of feelings people have, and it makes it addicting. And you can see this. And I can completely understand where you can make mistakes like that. It sounds like people do this all the time. The more and more also I'm seeing these things in the community, people blow all these accounts. I saw this one podcast, and I'm so horrible with remembering all the names because everybody kind of has a trader name. But the one podcast that I saw, they're saying the guy blew 500 account. I don't know, something like these insane numbers where I just don't understand how it's even possible to purchase that many and blow that many accounts. But somehow it is possible to do that level of damage, whether or not it's in a sim account or you're purchasing it or going through prop firms or what have you. All of that for some reason makes me so nervous. The thought of going into a prop firm and paying for them to give me money and then trading with their money, this is me. For some reason, it scares me, and I don't know why. The feeling of somebody lending me money and then me not paying them back as soon as possible. Like, I never ask people for money, and that's probably like a pre-programming thing inside of me, that it's probably, some people would say it's intelligent to go trade with prop firm money, because you just have to like front a certain amount. But at that point, whatever amount that I would be blowing on credit cards, I can just go blow it myself, and not feel like I'm messing up somebody else's bag and then having like fees or something to have to carry month to month, trading out of these accounts. So I've not gotten involved with that. I'm not sure that I ever would. Not saying that I wouldn't, just to try it for fun, but I wouldn't use that as like a dependency of my own, to where like I felt like if I didn't do it, I couldn't pay bills or something. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd rather go like DoorDash or something. I thought this was a great example of what it seems like, especially when you are very confident in your patterns and the things that you see and the way that you feel may go for you and the market. So I would say that if you have overconfidence, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's always going to be the reality or the certainty of the situation. And trading does kind of feel like a controlled uncertainty. It's weird. Going slow for me has worked, and I'm going to continue to do this. I'm not going to get insane. I'm not going to fight to make crazy amounts of trades. I'm not going to fund my account yet to where I can do unlimited trading, because right now I'm limited to 3 trades every 5 days. So I'm cool with that. It's been working, and some of the stuff I've been swinging trading with it anyway. So it's been able to extend out the trades that I make anyway. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video and that you got something beneficial from me checking it out and laying my commentary and observations over it. And I hope it makes not only myself a better trader, but you one as well. So until the next time, guys, happy trading.